Well, it's Friday afternoon, February 26th, I think. I'm supposed to be on the road to Santa Maria to my race. But you know what? Just not feeling it. So I'm just out here getting a walk in. I was going to go there and do a half marathon, but a 2-hour drive doesn't start till 9 p.m. And then driving home after 3 or 4 hours of walking, I was like, just not really worth it. It is a 12-hour race, which back in the day I would be all up for, but I wasn't planning on doing the 12 hours at all. But just gonna stay home. As you can see, it's really sunny out here. It's like 72 degrees, end of February. Crazy Bakersfield weather. So just gonna go out to an hour or so, go home, spend a relaxing evening, and just have a good weekend. And not jump into the whole sleep deprivation thing. Just not really worth it. Take 2 or whatnot. Thought I was recording a couple segments there and ended up recording in between the segments instead of the actual segments. Technology. I was talking about it. I'm pretty out of sorts. The medication just kind of knocked me on my ass. And, yesterday that workout, I skipped going to the race and I decided to just stay home. And I did like a 19-minute mile, my first mile yesterday afternoon. I ended up doing my second best 5 mile of the year, according to Training Peaks, because I was rested and tapered and trained up. But I'm glad I didn't do the 2-hour drive to Santa Maria to do basically a half marathon at the 12-hour event. It just wasn't in the cards, just was feeling really off. And obviously I can tell I'm off. It's the medication's kind of taking me off my game. And then, of course, the whole COVID thing has definitely not helped. Now, in the scheme of things, COVID, my complaint is very trivial, but, it's definitely affected me in terms of just not going to do races. It's about a year since COVID started and a year since my fall. So at least they kind of were in hand. But, I'm used to racing a couple times a month. And there's tons of research showing as you get older, you definitely have to keep racing to keep your edge. It's the old use it or lose it. Not like when you're younger, and they've shown tons of times that older athletes who race often keep doing well, and then once you get off the horse, it's kind of later for you. So, that's kind of another reason I skipped yesterday, just not feeling it. Hopefully things are getting a little bit back to normal, and I'll have more races and more local races, so I'm not traveling to the things. I think that's one of the big problems, is traveling to the events. It just puts on that added pressure, and also kind of like, I'm going to go all that way to do a mediocre half marathon. So I'm glad I stayed home. Just didn't feel really good all last night. Went to bed super early, like almost before 9 o'clock. And there was this god-awful noise, this rumbling sound. And I can kind of tell you here I'm on New 24th Street with this walls they've built. Well, I guess this motorcycle gang comes to town every year and drives around. And the problem is with these walls, it makes even louder noise. And so it's kind of hard to fall asleep even with my white noise generator and my medication. Finally fell asleep. But then at 1 o'clock in the morning, tons of them came roaring down this street and woke up my entire neighborhood. Plenty of people complaining on the Nextdoor app. Bakersfield Police Department was like, we can't do anything, which is hilarious. We live in Kern County, the reddest, most conservative law and order county in California. Kevin McCarthy is our representative, and yet when shit hits the fan, they never do shit. And it's really super annoying. I think he could have came out here and patrolled, got them for speeding, got them for drunk driving, because I'm certain these people, if you're out driving in mass on your motorcycles at 1 or 2 in the morning, you're definitely up to no good. I know I sound like an old man, hey, you kids, get off my lawn, but I bet you a lot of them were probably my age. I'd like to go find them where they're all sleeping this morning and woke them up and said, hey, good morning. So very disturbing. Lots of people with medical issues, including myself. My sleep, you can see it on my Fitbit, went from 9 to 1. And then 1 for the 3, I was wide awake. And I used to sleep poorly like that, but not now. So it's very upsetting to have them just come disturbing the community. And I guess they're here till Sunday. And one last piece of the puzzle to make the stars align against me was there was a full moon. Well, it's a full moon tonight. Pretty big moon yesterday. And despite what people want to say, we are animals, and definitely that kind of stuff affects me, I think, because I spend so much time outdoors. I'm definitely kind of an outdoors kind of person. So the full moon really hits me, impacts me, always makes me feel weird. I love having full moon when I'm hiking, doing an all-night race. It's nice to have it lit up. But when it comes, I just feel restless. Obviously, I look like the wolf man, so that was messing up my sleep too. So all in all, good decision just to stay home, put in my miles, and live for another day. Don't really have anything on the schedule until this trail race up in Tehachapi, which has got hundreds of people in it, and a lot of people, that companies from Maryland. So people are flying all the way out here to do the race. So hopefully that happens. Then Bakersfield has the Judgment Half Marathon, also like in May. Hopefully some more little local races come up, because like I was saying before, you got to get out there and race just to get that edge. And, you know, racing for me really is when I do my speed work. Like last year, one of the few races I did was the Borough 10 miler, and I was probably 2 minutes a mile faster than anything I did. Even in, I mean, I set my fastest quarter mile, half mile, 5K, 10K in a 10-mile trail race. It wasn't too easy. So that's about it for today. As always, stay healthy, be boring, not epic.